Hey guys, it's day 6 of Vidtember, and today I'm here with the Exa Ihagee Dresden. The Exa was made in the 50s in the town of Dresden, what was then East Germany, and it's a beautiful SLR with a top-level viewfinder and an exacta bayonet mount lens, which is a Carl Zeiss Jenner f2.8 lens. The aperture ranges from f2.8 to f22, and the shutter speed from bulb to 150, from bulb to 150, which is 150th of a second. The reason for this limitation is the mirror, which also acts as the shutter by moving across the aperture and stays up until you advance the film to the next frame, which is why the viewfinder remains dark until you've clocked it to the next frame of when the mirror returns to its default location. Winding to the next frame is extremely easy. These two beautiful knobs allow you to crank it up to the next frame. And here we have the film frame counter, which tells you how many exposures you've taken and how many you have left. And right next to that, we have this little knob here, which resembles a shutter release button, but in fact is a reverse button. So when you've finished taking the entire roll, you want to press that to rewind the film to original location. The film goes into the back of the camera by popping this little lever open. That opens the back of the camera and the film goes in there. But the most interesting part of this camera that I find actually is the waist level viewfinder, as they call it. It pops open like that and you can look in through here. You have this magnifying lens to help you, otherwise you can do without the magnifying lens, and you can see the image right there. It's actually quite nice. I find it very, very nice to use, as you can actually get an idea of exposure as well as of depth of field, because when you focus, when you change the aperture, the amount of light that actually gets into the camera reflects how much light you see in that viewfinder. So you get an idea of how exposed your picture is, which is quite reminiscent actually of, well, not reminiscent, premonition, I guess, of digital cameras and how they have the LCD. So that's the original LCD for cameras. Apart from the limited shutter speed, this is actually quite a nice camera to use. It's very good for taking pictures of things that are quite low down. You can look from the top. You can take pictures unobtrusively because you can lower the camera down to your waist level and take a picture from there. The shutter release button is located in front of the camera and is activated with your left finger, or a left finger rather. So if you're right-handed, like most people, it feels a little bit strange. I guess the idea is you hold the camera with your right hand and press the shutter release button with your left hand, but I find it easier to use my right finger. But there you go. All in all, it's a nice camera to use. It's really beautiful. It's an extremely gorgeous antique, and usually, actually, apart from the fact that I actually do use the camera, I find that it spends more time on the shelf being pretty and being used as decoration than actually being used. However, here are some pictures that I've taken with this camera, and I hope you like them. Well, that's it for today, day 6 of Vidtember. I'll be back tomorrow with another camera. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave me a message, thumbs up, and share with your friends. Tweet, Facebook, Instagram, what have you. All right, I'll be back tomorrow with another camera, so see you then.